How's it going, everybody? I am AV Obsessed, and if you're watching this video, that means that you probably are too. And today, I am bringing you an update on the move and the house. If you guys didn't see the video where I mentioned that I was moving, that's why I haven't made a video in a few weeks. I actually bought this house sight unseen because we were moving more than halfway across the country. And pictures and everything looked good online, so we figured, and the price was right because it's, not Southern California where the real estate is too expensive. So we decided to just pull the trigger on it, and hopefully it turns out good. So this video is gonna be kind of an update video. I don't have any kind of reviews coming for a little while yet, but what you are going to get to see in this video today is kind of just like a walk around the house and me just talking about the future plans and stuff like that for the channel. So we're starting off here in the living room. Can't really see much from this angle yet, but this door right here is the garage, and this is the living room. Got everything just kind of tossed in here right now. It's gonna be very interesting for audio because of the vaulted ceilings and the ceiling fan don't really lend it themselves very well to good home theater sound. And this is pretty entertaining over here. You could see the surround speakers left behind by the previous owners. Just some, why can I find it? Some tiny little plastic Sony speakers mounted to the wall. Those I'll have to obviously come down. Kind of nice big bay window. And then, unfortunately, a fireplace in the location that I think would be the prime location for where I would want to put a very large, like I'm thinking either 85 or 98 inch TV. So yeah, that is the living room. Fortunately, I do have a full basement, so I'm going to be able to have two different systems in this house. This is the entryway here. You can see my vintage Infinities that I did a video on a couple of months ago are just kind of sitting in the entryway right now. We just have junk everywhere. Got a nice big formal dining room here. And then the kitchen, which is obviously a mess. Everything is a mess right now because literally we just dumped everything out of the truck and threw it into the house as quickly as possible yesterday. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do. I'm gonna not show this room too much. That's my son's bedroom. And we've got a bathroom right here. This is kind of neat. It looks like there's a light on in the bathroom. I didn't know this was a thing. Apparently that's a light tube. It's just a tube that goes up to a little like dome in the roof. So it looks like there's a light on in the bathroom and in this hallway, but that is literally just a tube that allows light to come in from the outside. And then we got the master bedroom, obviously still a mess as well, with matching his and hers closets over there. Got the 48 inch LG OLED right there and TV stand. This is going to be a challenge because there's not really enough room on each side of the TV stand for me to put speakers. So what I might end up doing eventually is mounting like maybe a 55 inch TV and some slim on walls on each side of it and underneath it for the center channel. Nothing super interesting in there. The ensuite bathroom, it's also a mess. And then, so that is the upstairs so far. And now I'll take you to the much more interesting area of the house, the basement. And this, still not an ideal layout down here, but maybe I can rework some of the layout so that I could get it so it's going to be a much better setup for having a nice high-end hi-fi home theater system down here. But I've got this room right here that's about a 14 by 15 foot room. Trying to figure out the light switch situation here because it's very confusing sometimes. There we go. There's the light switch for that. Well, we got a nice patio door here leading outside, just like in the dining room, just now it's a lower patio. This is funny, this bunch of junk here in the corner, that is a 27-inch JVC CRT TV and a VCR, and that is the hanging like ceiling mount. That TV was hanging up in this corner of the room when we first got here yesterday, and I already took it down and replaced the ceiling tile. This is one of my favorite things about this house, is the fact that it's a finished basement, but instead of drywalling the ceiling, they put in a drop ceiling, which means if I want to run cables or do anything, I don't have to break open drywall and then patch it back up. I can just move ceiling tiles and put them back. We've got a very interesting little workspace room down here. Don't really know what the previous owner of this house was doing, but they have all these pegboards and this whole wall, like every 3 feet there's an outlet. So yeah, the previous owner definitely did some kind of a like DIY workshop down here. Yeah, this room though, this is the acoustics, you can tell as soon as I walk into this room, are a lot better than the rest of the house because of the wall-to-wall carpeting, which needs to all get torn out and replaced. But the one issue that I have, I wish this door, which just goes to a storage room, I wish it wasn't there. I wish I could, I want to kind of close that door in and maybe put access to the storage rooms in a different location, because that wall right there that I'm looking at right now would be the ideal wall to put my like home theater hi-fi system, because this wall, there's a hallway that goes to a bedroom and a bathroom. Obviously this wall has the patio door on it. This wall has the door to the stairs and the door to that little workroom. So this is the only wall that I could really put that system on. And as of right now, that door kind of restricts me to having a little bit of a smaller footprint system there. So that's something that I'm going to have to try to figure out, if I can put a door in a different spot for that. And then here is the downstairs bedroom that I was talking about. Kind of interesting color on the walls. I actually don't hate it. I thought that I would, but now that I'm here seeing it in person, I don't hate it. We got got some mirrored doors for the closet. Still the drop ceiling in here. Tons of outlets. And one of the things that I'm going to have to try to work on in this house is every one of these rooms has its own telephone line, and obviously I don't use that. So I'm going to try to see if I can use the telephone cables as pull cords to pull Ethernet and replace all of the plugs for phone lines with Ethernet instead. So that would be awesome. This is kind of an odd room. I feel like it's storage / maybe like a workout room. And then we've got another big storage space down here. This house has so much storage. Like my the little 800 square foot apartment that I was living in Huntington Beach, I had no storage. I had boxes of speakers filling up our bedroom. That will not be an issue in this house. And then finally, it's the utility room with the furnace and the water heater and washer and dryer and all that. Nothing too exciting in here, just more storage space / the utility room. So yeah, that is the house that I just bought just based off of the listing online. Bought it sight unseen and then drove basically 32 hours to get here, to move from Huntington Beach, California. It's gonna be an adventure converting this house from what it is right now, which, you know, it was built in 1994, so the technology has advanced quite a bit since this house was built. So if you guys are interested in seeing the content that I'm gonna make converting this house into my ultimate AV obsessed house, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and click the notification button so that you get notified when I post new videos. And I will see you guys in the next one.